Thank God it's Thursday. Another hot day here in Austin, Texas. A very interesting day. I hope everybody is staying cool where you are, and we're doing the best to stay cool where we are. It's the 29th of June, so we're closing in on July 1st and the dog days of summer. It's 89 degrees here in Austin today. I don't know if you can see me. I'm standing underneath this tree in front of my residence. I'm just trying to get out of the sun before I start this presentation. Just a few items of interest before we do start this presentation on July. Some temperatures throughout the world in comparison to what we're experiencing here in the great state of Texas. Los Angeles is 65 degrees, and I've stapled over my notes, so I have to take the time to look at my notes. New York is 79. Alexandria, Virginia, hello to Marianne, my sister Marianne. The best to you. Stay cool. Keep cool. Alexandria, Virginia is 92 degrees. Fort Myers, Florida, the Maniscalcos, Barbara and Paul Maniscalco, 82 degrees in Fort Myers, Florida, and we are 1 hour time difference as well. Subic Bay, Philippines, 71 degrees. A shout out to Subic Bay. A comfortable 71 degrees, quite nice for that region. New Delhi, 83 degrees. I'll let the Indian family know in their hometown it's 83 degrees. Maybe their loved ones are much more comfortable at a temperature of 83 degrees than 98 degrees. We'll see. We don't know. Cairo, Egypt, a 92 degrees. Not a bad temperature for the Middle East area, perhaps. Rome, 87. This is the worst time to go to Rome. This is the summer vacation holiday season. Everybody and their mother, sister, grandmother, Uncle Jack, Aunt Flo are in Rome right now, sweating profusely at the Vatican and other interesting sites. Don't carve your initials in the Colosseum. You might find yourself behind bars. I urinated once near the Coliseum or on the Coliseum, but I mean, when you gotta go, you gotta go. I mean, what am I gonna do? Wait for a bathroom to appear at the Coliseum? That's not gonna happen. And Beijing, the last one. There were many more temperatures around the world, but these are just some of the ones that I picked out. Beijing, China, the capital of China, the great nation state of China, is 77 degrees. So as I mentioned earlier, this is a very, very special day. And you'll see why in just a moment. What else do I got here? In 2007, one of the greatest inventions of mankind, it wasn't the wheel, it was the iPhone. In 2007, the Apple company introduced the iPhone. The first series of iPhones was introduced and went on sale in 2007, and it revolutionized the industry as a whole. The iPhone is something else. I always wondered why people were always looking at their phone, and then until I got an iPhone, I soon realized why. It's a handheld computer. For lack of a better termination, it's a handheld computer. Talking on the phone is one of the least miracles that this device does. It can find you addresses. No more Thomas guides finding where you need to go. You can book flights on here. You can look up old friends. You have all your social media contacts on there. You have Wikipedia. You have an instant Google apparatus to tell you everything that you always wanted to know that you never knew before. Directions, as I mentioned earlier. It's just a wonderful tool to keep you connected if you want to be connected. So let's start this presentation. Congratulations to the Apple company and the iPhone 2007. I'm gonna get out of this tree and it's gonna get quite bright, and I'm just gonna move along this tree and out and around, and you'll see exactly what I see when I see it in real time as we move around the tree. There it is. That's right. This is the remnants of the repair of the air conditioning inside this residence. And here we have some of this looks like a very big job. This is a real big job. Here you can see the control panel in its naked abundance of computer chips and diodes and capacitors and negative and positive feed lines. Siemens is a very popular brand for this type of equipment. And let me see if I can get that closer. And here you can see what the inside of your AC unit actually looks like outside on the front lawn in the sand. Now, if you look closely, you'll see the diodes and the capacitors to my right. They look like little submarines. Fortunately, they're not going down and looking for the Titanic, but there's looks like 5 of those. That's what's going to cross-feed your electrical power and feed the computer inside this air conditioning unit and cycle it, whether you want warm or cold. And the temperature control unit is in red, and that brings down, this is called a circuit board. If you know anything about electronics, you realize that this is quite a fascinating piece of equipment right here. So I'm gonna just focus on this just a little more for you electronic buffs, and you can recognize all your pertinent connections, your feeds. It's like a brain. It's like the coils of your own brain. It's all connected. It's all sending signals to the different energy providing platforms in the circuit board and relaying them in a quick, timely, and efficient manner to receive cooling, excuse me, or heating. Here's a duct over here. Let me get back on the right frame. This is very interesting for you viewers now to actually see what this unit looks like outside your residence. If you've never had to do any air conditioning maintenance, it's usually done around the summer or the hottest time of the year. Here is what looks like a drip pan here, a rusted out drip pan, if I may say. This may be the original unit. And here's your radiator type unit. This provides your cold and your heat transformer. Just fascinating. And of course the housing and the unit it comes in. And then we have some blowers over here. This is the blower. This is what feeds your source of cold air, or in some cases hot air, and that will bring the air up to the temperature on your thermostat inside a particular area of the home, and that will just bring the temperature. Here's it looks like another drip pan and some this wooden pallet. This should be saved. This is what homeless people love. They love these wooden pallets. You won't find a homeless person without some kind of wood pallet in their collection of, I guess we would call it unusable trash, but to a homeless person, this right here is, you're not a real homeless person unless you own some wooden pallets of some kind. And this is a nice one because it's kind of compact. If you were homeless and you didn't have that much room, this would be the pallet for you. There's no doubt about it. That is a nice pallet. And I'm just going to set it over here. Maybe I'll put it in my vehicle. And the next time I go downtown, I'll donate this to one of the homeless individuals I might even be able to sell it. This is some of the refuge or the wrappings of the of some of the new items, I guess. This is a big job. I think there's at least 2 service personnel working on this, and so it looks like they're replacing quite the whole unit. So this is something that you guess you don't want to see. I think the owner of the home has a protection plan. I believe that may be the case. So maybe that will help in the cost of repairing this. What a monstrosity on the front lawn. Would you believe this? Wow. Okay, let's go around back and see. Let's look at the vehicle. It's blue sky heating and air. Wow. Blue sky, and it is a blue sky. It is definitely a blue sky today. And this is blue sky heating and air. Sales, service, and installation. So I guess we're doing all 3 today. Sales, definitely doing sales. We've got new equipment on the ground being installed as we speak. Service is what's happening. They are servicing the air conditioning in this home with new items, and installation is definitely part of the sales, service, and of course installation. So we got the trifecta going on here with blue sky heating and air. Okay, let's spin around and see what we've got over here. I did see a technician earlier. He's left the scene, but we can go and explain a little to the viewers exactly what's happening over here. This is the outside suitcase or transfer unit or main hub. And there it is. So there's some work being done there. There's some tools. Tools are very important. Some pressure gauges, CO2, perhaps. Let's see what it says. Will it tell us what it is? Nitrogen compressed air. So be careful. Notice I'm not smoking around this area. You do not want to smoke or have any flammable flames of any kind. If you have a senior citizen with an oxygen tank, I don't recommend they get near any of this equipment. Keep them away as best you can. Turn the television to gun smoke. Give them some a cold beverage of their choice, and sit them down in a straight back chair. Tie them down if you have to, and keep them away from this equipment. Here's a gauge here. This is a gauge where they can read all the pertinent information. This is a refrigerant, wireless, and your hoses. You've got your positive feed and your negative feed, your transfer pipe line, and your freon, and not to mention your nitrogen gas. And it looks like everything's in order. So let's go inside and see if we can locate some. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir. What's going on? This is, can you tell me a little bit about what's going on here?
No, the inside unit pressure.
This is a big repair, huh?
Yeah.
This is probably the first time that they had an air conditioner replacement, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Since they moved in. Wow. How much longer do you think you'll be here?
I think about 3 more hours.
3 more hours. Big job, huh? Big job. And what exactly did you replace?
That's called air handler.
Huh?
The air handler.
The air handler?
Yes, sir.
Wow. You just got to make sure it's... What's the purpose of the nitrogen?
That's for the check leak, sir.
What's that?
Check leak for the copper.
Oh, check for leaks.
Uh-huh.
So they use the nitrogen gas to check for any leaks in the system once it's installed, and they can better verify the applicant's applicable pressure for each individual serviceable unit. There it is. And the gauge will let them know. Wow. Thank you, sir. Maybe, well, it's okay. Those are those things. What is this? Could you just tell us what these units are? What would be the proper nomenclature for this one?
This is the coil, sir.
The coil?
Uh-huh.
And what does that do? The coil?
The coil for the cooling, sir.
That's for the cooling. Wonderful. Okay, so there you have it from the professional. That is the coolant. That I guess would be the heart of your air conditioning or AC. AC is short for air conditioning, so if you hear me refer to it as AC, I'm just shortening up the nomenclature to save time. So that is the heart of the system. All right, let's go inside and see if we can get some more information about this very, very, very important repair. And again, I hope you don't have to do this in your own home. And if you don't, it could be kind of pricey if you don't have any kind of protection. So here we go. We're gonna go inside. They put some tarps down, and they wanted to protect the inside of the residence, which is very nice. We'll go right here, and this is where they are. This is the bowels of the house, I guess. And there they are. Let's see if we can get up there and just see what's going on a little bit. Maybe they can shed some more light on this important repair. They say when you're over 40, you should not use ladders. At over the age of 40, you're not supposed to use ladders or wear bathing suits. Yeah, okay. This is the upper chamber of the home. Let's see if I can spin around, get a look at exactly what's happening here. Wow.
Are you working on the house, sir?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm making a YouTube presentation for my YouTube channel. I'm just this is a very fascinating repair. This is probably one of the biggest repairs you have to do, huh?
No. No.
It looks like you're replacing the whole unit.
Yeah.
And there you go. So I'm not going to disturb these gentlemen anymore. I just wanted to give you an idea of what they're doing up here. It's about 3 hours more of installation time, and they'll take their time and make sure it's done just right because they are professionals. I wouldn't try this kind of work on your own. A lot of people are self-starters, or they want to do things, and what do they call it? Do it yourself, DIY. I recommend contracting to professionals such as these. So I'm gonna get down now. I don't want to molest them in any way. I want them to finish their work in peace. And I am going to descend the ladder. Okay, be careful now. Yeah, after 40 years old, ladders can be very, very, very dangerous. I had a coworker once that just fell one step, and he broke a lot of bones in his ankle. I won't mention his name. I'm not sure if he wants his name verified. So I'll just call him Clumsy Jack. And then that's an interesting shirt, huh? Wow. Who's that? So that's that. I think I'm gonna close it. I've got 19 coming up on 20 minutes. I just wanted you to get an idea of what's going on with this AC repair. And I hope again that you won't have to experience the inconvenience that this family has inconvenienced by this out of service air conditioning unit or AC. Somebody's coming down. Somebody's coming down now. Oh. he's got some equipment. I'm gonna step back. The last thing I want to do is get in the way. This is the hacker's chair. Okay, there he goes. He's out now. All right, I'm gonna close this out now. I'm already sweating a little bit. It's uncomfortable. It's wet. It's sticky, and I think everybody will be very, very, very excited when this job is done successfully, I hope. And the item of interest for today, in 2007, the iPhone was first sold, and it revolutionized the whole mobile phone industry, as it still continues to today. So get an iPhone, you'll love it. Okay, stay cool. Ladders can be very, very dangerous. Yeah, if you have any relatives that are over 40, do yourself a favor and remove all their ladders from their private residence, or any ladders that they can get a hold of. Nothing ever comes good from a ladder. The only people who should be on ladders are professionals, on-the-job individuals, and firemen. Everybody else, if you're over 40, stay clear of ladders and bathing suits. There's nothing worse than seeing somebody over 40 in a bathing suit next to the pool. You don't know whether to get a net and call the fish market. There's been a beached whale next to the pool or not. All right, that's it. Over and out.